the German people are sort of really an ancient nation, goes back thousands of years. I was even you sort of read Julius Caesar's account of first encountering the German tribes in the Gaulic campaigns, and he was like, "Wow, very impressive. These are very, very powerful warriors. You should be optimistic and excited about a future for Germany."
Xenophobia, the fear of foreigners, isn't something that only affects you. It's learned through others, building on misinformation and fear, with roots that affect entire races, nationalities, and religions. In America, we have been teaching xenophobia for a long time, and we have yet to unlearn it. Standing tall on Ellis Island, the words of the Statue of Liberty read, "Give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free." And though we have called ourselves a nation of immigrants, our history tells a different story. Since America's founding over 200 years ago, 80 million immigrants have come to the US. Since 1882, however, 57 million of them have been deported. Immigrants who were poor or from countries or races thought to be inferior were seen as dangerous invaders. They were used as scapegoats for social and economic problems. In this way, xenophobia and racism worked together to create labels and persecute all kinds of people as others who supposedly did not belong.
Not to beat people down, but to lift them up.
We're giving context.
So I'm here to ask you for your support. Thank you, South Carolina.
Not finished. Little wave there. What I think is the best Nazi thing she does is the little flick of the fingers as she's waving. This bit, yeah, that's very Nazi-ish, isn't it? This bit here at the end, that's the most Nazi-ish. So we've seen that, and for context, same 20-ish seconds, we'll give Elon Musk what his looked like.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Buy one. Oh my lord, even the timing.
Trump ressemble fortement à un salut nazi, et selon de nombreux spécialistes, ça en était bien un.
Like a modern Caesar, he stands on the balcony to receive the salutes of the athletes of 50 nations.
We have been seeing, really, ever since Barack Obama first won election in late 2008, a growth in groups on the radical right. In 2008, we went from about 150 so-called patriot groups, anti-government radical groups, to something like 1,360 groups in 2012. In the last year, though, Donald Trump has added fuel to that fire in a very big way.
Tim, why are you here? Go. Why are you here, man? Go. Why are you here? Let's go.
Donald Trump wants to bring back jobs to America. Give dignity to the American worker.
It's not that Trump is telling these groups what to think. They have, had their own white supremacist ideology for many decades now. What Trump is doing is legitimizing.
I came here to speak on behalf of Donald Trump.
Some of the things that he's saying are issues that we've been tackling for years now. When we talk about globalism, we talk about America first, these sort of things, bringing back American jobs. These are things that he's hitting on. So it's put a lot of our nationalism sort of becoming mainstream.
All we want is to change America back to what it was.
We do want to see whites, rise and have our own state here in this country.
I do think that Trump will probably help the movement grow as a whole. We may not see that reflected at rallies, but I think we will see it reflected on the number of people who are engaging with the ideas of the white supremacists.
As Germany is the third largest host of refugees, hosting over 2.5 million refugees, with almost half of all Germans believing refugees are no longer welcome, placing their hopes and their votes in the nationalist, anti-immigrant, far-right AfD party, causing them to win a regional election in the state of Thuringia, and to make history as the first far-right political party to win in Germany since the Nazis in World War II.
Germany.
I'm very excited for the AfD. And I think you're really the best hope for Germany. I think something I think that's just very important is that people take pride in Germany and being German.
They are fucking fascists.
Fascists?
Yeah.
Nazi-Schweine! Nazi-Schweine! Nazi-Schweine!
It became a beast, and we are not really able to stop it anymore. And people just think about it, how it all went when fascist Germany rose. Yeah, and I'm afraid that it will happen again.
As many Germans believe their national identity is being destroyed, their generosity exploited, their culture degraded, and their country no longer safe as they mass import economic migrants and refugees into their country, other Germans are fearful they're witnessing the rise of the Fourth Reich, as AfD politicians were caught meeting with neo-Nazi activists discussing their master plan to deport millions of migrants from their country, causing mass protests across Germany, calling for a complete ban of what is now Germany's second strongest party, labeling them and their supporters neo-Nazis.
Something I think that's just very important is that people take pride in Germany and being German. All right, bye guys.
Elon, can you see the audience?
Yes, I can see the audience.
We love you here.
I can only hear some of your words.
Ihr seid ja verrückt.
Thuringia, so...
Okay, so that's where they won the election?
Yeah, that's right.
Were you happy that day or unhappy?
No, nobody in my friend circle or family circle was happy about it. And the rise of the populist parties is a big problem, not even in Thuringia, but the whole of Europe, I would say.
I think they are a little bit racist.
Why do you think the alt-right and the AfD is on the rise?
Migration. I think people getting Germans and so getting annoyed by migration.
It's a populist party. It's a party that just doesn't really have any politics or any real plans for Germany. That's my opinion, at least.
Sure.
And they use not only scapegoats, it's just what populism does, just quick answers to complex questions.
They're a populist right-wing party that are trying to destroy our democracy.
Okay, tell me more.
Most importantly, I think they threaten to undermine the trust that people have in our democratic institutions, especially young people. I'm very concerned about that, especially with the recent studies done on like the Shell-Jugendstudie and stuff, where we see already the very negative effects that populism has had on their outlook on democracy and the future.
Do you think Germany has an obligation to bring in refugees?
I think Germany has an obligation as any Western rich country.
What are your thoughts on immigration here in Germany?
I think it's less of a problem than we make it look sometimes. I think there are great opportunities in immigration, but I also think that we need to be careful in how we approach it, because the topic is already so partially poisoned in public discourse.